In today's culture, there's a surplus of innovations and inventions made to help us, from washing machines to cell phones. One of the more recent inventions has been the internet, more specifically social media. And what an invention it has been. Seeing how much it's used on a day to day basis by everyone is a testament to the importance of its creation. Some people say that the internet isn't as useful and is instead harmful to certain endeavors, hindering focus and keeping their attention from more important tasks. However, social media can be useful in a lot of aspects of life, from helping you mentally to business and even school. I believe that social media is a lot more useful than people give it credit for. People who are against social media have a few really good points. Lanier Jaron's book, 10 Reasons Why You Should Delete Your Social Media Account, lists a multitude of reasons. One of the issues that he brings up in page 25 of the Kindle edition of his book is, and I quote, "The problem is, in part, that we are carrying around devices that are suitable for mass behavior modification. It's not only that so much power has concentrated into a tiny number of hands that control giant cloud computers. The problem occurs when all the phenomena I've just described are driven by a business model in which the incentive is to find customers ready to pay to modify someone else's behavior." To give credit to his argument, what he's saying isn't wrong. Social media can be, and has been, weaponized to control the populace and manipulate them for profit. However, there is some light to be shed on the other side. However, there is some light to be shed on the other side, as Jaron even goes to say this on the same page. After all, our devices can be used for other purposes, and often are. My paper will be elaborating on the other purposes and making a case on why the good can outweigh the bad if used correctly. Social media platforms have been used by numerous people to shift attention to different problems, different situations, and different scenarios that wouldn't have otherwise been in the public eye. Some people use it as a way to promote their businesses. Social media has given businesses, big or small, avenues to create a brand and build better bonds between customers. In the words of Wadasad and George Marx Gomez, the core of any business is the customer, and social networking represents an opportunity to build even closer and more profitable relationships with customers. This gives opportunity to people and makes advertising even small local businesses a lot more accessible than magazines or with big billboard advertisements. Not to mention putting it out where so many more eyes can see their endeavors. Now, specifically regarding the person, social media has also been shown to be useful in the fact that it can improve emotional health. Bakalu Mefsin Awoke speaks about this in his article, "Social Media Use Can Be Positive for Mental Health and Well-Being." He writes, "We found that routine social media use, for example, using social media as a part of everyday routine and responding to content that others share, is positively associated with all three health outcomes." This is in reference to an article he wrote regarding the study, titled "Association of Social Media Use with Social Media Well-Being, Positive Mental Health, and Self-Rated Health. Disentangling Routine Use from Emotional Connection to Use." To summarize, the article speaks on how the routine use of social media can create a bidirectional effect on the person, where if used in particular ways, it can either help or hurt. The article goes to debunk a few myths of social media, stating, "Some studies find no support for the widely held assumption that social media use decreases real-life social interactions and leads to decreased mental health, functioning, and well-being." These reasons might also be why college students at Tahoma College feel as if social media and technology has had a net positive effect on their life. In a survey sent out to the Tahoma student body, only 8% of people responded that the effects of technology on social lives are more negative than positive. Of the students, 20% responded that technology affects their social lives very positively, and 66% responded that the effects are positive. This quote comes from the article Technology Affects Education and Social Lives by Mehra Abi. Colleges have also found other uses for social media, including incorporating it into their education. In the article, The Use of Social Media for Academic Practice, a review of literature, written by Guy Retta. A study is documented discussing links between social media and student engagement. The passage reads: the semester-long study consisted of two groups, experimental and control. With the experimental group, Twitter was used for various types of academic and co-curricular discussions, class and campus event reminders, faculty and student connections, providing academic and personal support, and organizing service learning projects and study groups for 70 students. Ning, a social networking site, was used to deliver the same course information to the control group of 55 people. Analysis of Twitter exchanges and survey responses show that 1. The experimental group had a significantly greater increase in engagement, and 2. Both faculty and students were highly engaged in the teaching and learning process. Included in the article are multiple other occasions of technology and social media successfully being implemented into the classroom. The article, having been made in 2012, speaks about how distance learning environments are also bolstered by social media. Explored the possibility of blending a traditional face-to-face course with online instruction using Facebook, based on the survey conducted using the poll question feature. The majority of students enthusiastically accepted the use of Facebook as a tool for online learning and found it to be both interesting and enjoyable. Additionally, students reported that the different approaches to learning enhance their understanding of theories and concepts relative to critical thinking. With these examples, it is safe to assume that social media can help bolster education environments as well. All these examples have one thing in common. Social media needs to be used in the right way for these to be effective. Lanier Jaron's words still ring true, despite all the evidence shown. However, I do not believe you should delete your social media accounts. Rather, we need to broaden our horizons for how social media can help us in real life. How social media can help us reach our goals rather than hinder us from reaching them. Thank you.